Welcome everybody to Treats and Eats with Krista and Jody. This is a extra special episode. We did it a few weeks later this month because we wanted to feature items from Thrive Life's spring sale. So they usually do 2 big sales and maybe another small sale here and there throughout the year. So this is one of the best sales. But at the best times you can buy Thrive, they have stuff up to 50% off. So we're going to talk about that today. I did print my sale flyer, but I guess my color ink was out, so it did not print properly. But do you have a good one there, Krista, maybe?
Yes, I have a good one in black and
Oh,
white.
okay,
My
well, at
color
least
work
your
too,
cans show, like, I don't even know, maybe my black's out too.
right?
Anyway, so we're going to talk about the spring sale, and we are going to, since you guys are on time, you're going to know about this contest that we're going to do. So you have to keep track, and I'm going to throw the link in the chat. Hold on. This is the sale flyer. So open up the flyer. You can print it if you want, or just keep it open with you while you're watching, because every time that we cook something that's featured on the sale flyer, you got to tally it up. And at the end, we're going to ask how many products did we feature, and whoever guesses the right answer first gets a prize. So I don't know what the prize is yet. We forgot to decide. We're going to give you a good prize. So stay tuned. We're going to cook a couple of main courses. We're going to cook a gluten-free pancake, and we're going to also do a dessert, a gluten-free dessert. I'm going all gluten-free today. So, because then I can actually eat what I cook. So let's see. Yeah, Krista's going to go over more about the sale and like best ways to shop at the end, but just a couple of highlights, like the 50% off items, those usually go first, and that's like mushrooms, cranberries, cake bites, and then a couple of the other like 45 and 40% off, like broccoli, green beans, cucumber, stuff like that. So we're going to cover all of that. We're going to cook up some yummy, yummy food. I guess Krista has a whole audience to feed, so they all get to have a party tonight. And I hope you guys have fun.
They're happy.
Right? They're excited to get yummy food. My kids heard that I was making dessert, and they're like, "Oh!" I'm like, "Okay, you can have it after." So I forgot what I was gonna say. We're gonna just get going. You're first, Krista.
Yeah, let's do this. Okay. So first off, you have to excuse my ladder. Here's my ladder in my kitchen. It's going to help because I want people to actually see what I'm doing on the stove. So that's why I have a ladder in my kitchen. It is normally not there. Okay.
Oh.
So there's number one disclosure.
I did remember one thing. If you have questions, chat them, and then we'll watch each other's chat and kind of help get them answered, and then we'll open up for in-person questions after. Sorry. Okay.
No worries. Cool. All right. So the first thing we're going to start is the beef stroganoff. Now, I have a little story with this beef stroganoff recipe. I have literally had this recipe since August of 2011. Thrive came down to Phoenix and did a corporate event. And I thought at that point, I thought I was the only Thrive consultant for like 5 states. Like, I know Utah's next to me, but I literally thought I was the only one here. And so I went to this regional event because I didn't know anyone. I had been a consultant for maybe a month. And I met this lady there. She was so sweet, and she had been with Thrive for a very long time. And she brought this to that regional event. She brought beef stroganoff to the event, and I tried it and I said, "Oh my gosh, I need the recipe," right? I'm like, "Yes, please. I want beef stroganoff in literally 10 minutes." Absolutely. So I kind of like redid her recipe a little bit over the years just because I like it a little creamier. I like that sour cream powder that we use in there. It is fabulous. And so that's what I'm going to make for you tonight, because basically everything in the beef stroganoff recipe is on sale. So I'm going to go over ingredients first. And so I'm going to tip my computer a little bit here. So I've got my ingredients. So here are all the ingredients. And some of these are optional. So for example, or not optional, but you can switch things if you want to or need to. So let's start with the ground beef, because ground beef is going to be on sale. It's going to be in this recipe. So if you're playing the contest and you want to win, this is on sale. Okay. We're also going to use onions, and you'll see in a minute, I'm actually going to use the sliced onions and the chopped onions. Okay. So I used both in my recipe for this time. The recipe calls for the chopped onions, but I like bigger chunks of onions. So I do the slices. So the onion slices, which are on sale, are going to go in this recipe. Okay. And then of course, mushrooms. You already know that those are 50% off and they are fabulous. I don't know who said it in the chat, but yes, these are amazing, right? And she said, use the mushroom powder for your soups. In fact, my mushrooms are about, and you see the powder coming out of that? I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's like mushroom powder coming out of my can, but you can see that, you know, I'm down to the end. So that powder that's in the back is perfect to be perfect for soups and throw it in other things to be a thickener, all good stuff. And then we've got the beef bouillon. This one is not on sale, but if you guys don't have this, this is like one of the first items you should ever get from Thrive, because 1 teaspoon of this goes to a cup of water and you have beef bouillon, and you will never need to buy a carton or a can of bouillon ever again. And it's vegetarian. There's so many things I could tell you about it, but we're not going to focus on this one yet, but it's one of my favorites. Okay. So we're going to use that. And then we're going to use the sour cream powder. Now, a lot of people are going, ew. No one said that in my house, but, but sometimes people are, skeptical of what this is. Okay. So what we're going to do first, these are my ingredients. These are lots of my ingredients. We're going to put those to the side, and I'm going to make the sour cream sauce that's going to go in our stroganoff, because I'm going to let it sit in the fridge for a couple of minutes while we get started. Okay. So what this is on the directions. This is literally the directions off the can, right? So I read the directions, and the can says add a half a cup of water to 1 cup of sour cream. I'm trying to make 1.5 cups of sour cream. So I did 1.5 cups of powder, and I'm going to do 3/4 cups of water. And I'm literally just going to pour it in and see where I'm at. Because I'm actually looking for like a gravy consistency. I'm not really looking, because again, you can be very liberal with this, right? If you like it a little thicker, if you need sour cream for a dip, you know, you can add more powder and less water, or you can make it however you want it to be, right? So, and I'm actually looking for, you guys can see that, right? So I'm just literally using a whisk. Gets in the middle, and I want everything to get nice and wet, and then it'll start getting smooth. But another reason why I use a whisk is to get that smoothness, right? So we're going to get in there, get it all mixed up. You can see a little bit, you can see it getting smoother and smoother and smoother. So whisk is your friend when using the sour cream powder. Okay. All right. So, and this is literally the consistency I'm looking for. It's a little drippy, right? So it's drippy. It's a little more saucy, if you want to call it that. I don't know what the technical cooking term is, but this is kind of what I want, because this is going to be the topping on our beef stroganoff, right? So this looks pretty good for now. I'm going to throw it in the fridge, and then we're going to get cooking. Okay.
If you're like using it on an enchilada or something, sometimes you would want it a little bit thicker if you're looking for like more of your traditional sour cream consistency. So that's the nice thing about Thrive. Make it thicker or thinner, whatever you're looking for.
Okay. Cue the ladder. All right. See, haha, you can see how that. Excuse the pan that's baked into the pan. It's not coming off. It's not in my food. It's a Pampered Chef pan. Okay. I forgot to start my water too, but it actually boils pretty fast around here. So, dang it. Live TV people, right? Okay. Let me see. Let me get a better view here. That looks pretty good. You guys can see that? Okay. All right. So, but let me show you what I got here. So I got egg noodle pasta. Okay. I got 3 cups of that, and the recipes will come, so don't worry about the quantities. Here are our beautiful mushrooms. Check these out, right? We got really good looking, and everyone, I've washed my hands several times today. So I have freeze-dried mushrooms. These are amazing, absolutely amazing. And if you have someone who doesn't like mushrooms, but still likes beef stroganoff, chop these up really fine. You can totally do that. That's awesome. That would be totally awesome. We've got freeze-dried ground beef. Now, here's the deal with the beef. You can literally use whatever beef you want. If you want the roast beef, if you want ground beef, I prefer the ground beef because there's a little bit of seasoning in here, and I like that. So that's why I use the ground beef. And then here are my onions. I'm going to grab a spoon really quick.
Plus the ground beef is on sale. So
Yes,
for
true.
you,
Yes, the
what
ground
is
beef
on
is on
sale?
sale. So I've got onion slices on top, and then I have, oops, onions going everywhere. Then I have the chopped onions on the bottom. Okay, so I'm actually using both onions. Which one's on sale? It's the
Onion
sliced onion.
slices.
All right, so we are going to get this started.
Oh, also, if you're looking at the sale flyer, there's 3 pages. The 3rd page is the April specials. Those are incorporated into the spring sales. So they're good all month long, but right now, if you're buying on the as part of the sale, they're part of it. So
Okay.
sour cream's not on the first 2 pages, it's on the 3rd page.
Oh, yes, that is true, but it counts as being
It is a
on.
sale item because it's on the flyer.
All right, so I'm trying to think what else I can talk about while this is boiling. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I meant to do that, turn that on right when I started,
You
but I
can
didn't.
just throw it in. It doesn't matter if it's boiling, does it? Or do you want me to do the pancakes real quick? Here, I'll show Putter my pancakes.
Okay.
Want to
You want to
swap? Yep.
Yeah.
I'll show you because I got a part that has to sit too. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Guys, I Googled best ever buttermilk pancakes. And they said not to like make your own buttermilk, but I don't listen to everything that I read on the internet. And I make my own buttermilk because guess what is on sale?
Milk.
Am I big on there? Because you're still big for me. Do you want to mute? Here, I'll make myself big. I don't know if you guys can see me big or not. Spotlight. Okay, now I'm big. So to make your own buttermilk, there's 2 things, and we're making buttermilk out of powdered milk too. So it's like a double whammy. So I'm gonna take our milk. Now with the milk on the can, it says to do 3 tablespoons, but I want to be a little bit thicker because buttermilk tends to be thicker and creamier. So I'm just doing a 1/4 cup. That's more like 4 tablespoons. Throw it in here. And I had a cup of water because my recipe calls for a cup of milk, cup of buttermilk. So I'm whisking up my milk. And then the magic trick is you need a tablespoon of vinegar or lemon juice. And that's going to curdle up your milk just a little bit. Now, again, it's not getting the like total creamy, thick buttermilk, but it does curdle it just a tiny bit. Sorry, I had something on my spoon. And it gives it a little bit of that sour flavor that makes buttermilk pancakes delicious. So I usually will do that and let it set for just a second and just stir it right up. And then it usually sets for like a minute or 2. So that might be perfect timing for Miss Krista if her water is boiling. If not, then
It is.
it's
Yeah,
boiling.
we're good.
I'm going to set you back to be big and we'll come back to the rest of my delicious pancakes.
Awesome. You gotta love TV, right? Live TV.
I know.
Right?
It's just anybody can do this. If we
Right?
can do
You
it,
can do
anyone
this,
can.
right? All right, so we've got our water, that is water, water boiling. So now we're just going to throw in the bouillon, right? It's freeze-dried water. No comments from the studio audience, please. Okay, so now I have beef bouillon. How easy was that, right? So now I'm going to throw in the ground beef first. Okay, this is a little trick that I do. I don't know how everybody else does it, but I like to throw my meat in first to give it a little extra time in the juice to kind of, soak up all that flavor and see where you're at, right? And so
Well, then it's hydrating in broth instead of just plain water. It infuses it with extra flavor.
Exactly. So that's what I like to do, and I give it a minute by itself in the water, right? Now we're boiling too much, right? And then basically I'm going to add my onions and my mushrooms. Look at those things. They're so pretty in there. I love the mushroom. Sorry, Mom. Can you tell my mother doesn't like mushrooms?
You gotta powder them for her.
Yes, I will. And she'll
Funny.
never know they're in there.
When I saw the sale, I was like, the very first thing is mushrooms, and I don't eat mushrooms. That's why Krista's making stroganoff.
Right? Exactly. Because this would never get eaten in her house. Okay, so we got that going on. Now we're gonna throw our noodles in there. Like seriously, how hard is this, right? All right. We're gonna stir that all. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. You guys have, oh, we need to do smell-o-vision. When are we gonna get that?
Oh, it smells so good.
Yeah, now you're just torturing us because you have other people to smell it.
Right?
Fair.
You know, I'm not lying to you. That's, you know. All right, so we are gonna just do that, and then we're gonna turn the heat down to low. And we're gonna put the lid on, and we're just gonna let it cook for a while. So, and then we'll come back when our time is up. Sound good? Back to you, Jody.
Okay, to finish my pancakes. So these pancakes came from, please spotlight, now I'm big, from Oh Sweet Basil. If anybody follows that blog, they have a really good copycat Cafe Rio sauce recipe up there too. So what I did, so I have my buttermilk. You can't really tell, but it is a little bit curdly in there. And I also have to add an egg. You could do powdered egg if you want, but our eggs are not on sale, so I just did a regular egg today. So you want to mix your wet and mix your dry separately. So I didn't want to take too much time. Sorry, I'm getting my oven turning on here. So I already mixed all my dry ingredients. So this recipe calls for a cup of flour. We'll send out all of the ingredients, but sugar, baking powder, baking soda, and salt. So basic recipe. And then you make a little well in the powder, like a little bowl of space, and pour the wet ingredients all mixed up in there. It just kind of filled it over. It's whatever. And then they said the technique is to stir it gently. And that's supposed to keep it kind of lumpy and thick. So that's what we're going to do. And then the thing about pancakes is you can add whatever mix-ins you want. So I have chosen one of the 50% off items. Can anyone guess what it is? I think it's the only fruit that's 50% off. I can't.
Cranberries.
You got it. You're cheating. Okay, so I'm mixing this. Guys, guess what? Can you see what's on top of my spoon? I got this at a convention one year. Look, it says Thrive Life right on my little spoon. So cranberries is one of the fruits that's on sale. So we're going to do some cranberry pancakes. We're also going to do some blackberry and raspberry. Because, why am I going to do blackberry and raspberry? Who has the answer? They're on sale. I know everyone's muted. Hopefully you're chatting the answers in. You try to do interactive like live studio audience, but then you mute everybody and it doesn't work out so well. Okay. I had a lot of lumps. I didn't really want like a big lump of flour. So that's one thing. I used gluten-free flour, and I've noticed in my cooking, gluten-free flour is a little more clumpy than regular white flour. So I might be stuck with lumpy pancakes, but at least I can eat them. So then I got my hot griddle here. Can you see it? Yes, you can. This is how I do pancakes because I'm so fancy. I just kind of go like this and make some butter. They said to do a 1/3 cup, but I don't have my 1/3 cup, so I'm going to just do a 1/4 cup. Ah, it's so lumpy. They said lumpy's okay. I researched this very carefully, guys. We're going to see how my pancakes turn out. If they're gross, you don't have to eat it, right? But you can do this with any pancake recipe, right? So I'm just going to throw a pancake on there. This is runnier than they said. Hey, they're gonna be crepes, not pancakes. I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of cranberry on top. You don't really have to worry about it hydrating too bad, but it will kind of hydrate into the batter. I'm just gonna set them there. So I got a cranberry pancake. Then I forgot. Supposed to add in melted butter at the end. My first pancake's not gonna have butter in it. That's just gonna make it even liquidier.
It'll still be yummy.
Yeah, I know, they'll still be good. I think it's a little bit runny because my flour is a little bit clumpy. So it might be better to mix it with a mixer if you're doing gluten-free flour, just so that it's not so that it's a little thicker. So I'm gonna do a second pancake here. And for that one, we're gonna do raspberries on top. A little more batter.
And just to answer a question while you're doing that, yes, you could moisten your cranberries before placing them on the pancake, but you don't have to.
I'm testing it out. If they're crunchy and gross, I'll let you know. Usually when I do muffins and things, I don't, but they're not actually going all the way in the batter, so I don't know. It might be kind of weird when I flip it. We'll see. I'm gonna do a baby one on the side with some blackberries. I feel like if my batter would have been thicker, then it might have worked a little better. So I got blackberries, raspberries. So if you're counting the number of sale items, I just gave you a few. Gluten-free flour is also the sale. So I'm gonna grab a spatula. Check on my pancakes. I think I had the heat too low. They're almost done. At least this one is. Ooh, they are looking bubbly. Can you see them? They're popping.
They look nice and thick. That's awesome.
But they were kind of runny. Said it was going to be really thick. My fruit,
I like your
they were
spatula.
going to be like pretty thick, and then the fruit would just kind of go in and get soft, but I don't know. It might be weird, but we're going to see when it flips on the other side. So it's a mystery. Yeah, they would have been a little thicker if it was not quite as runny of sauce, of batter. So you can make anything with gluten-free flour. It usually is a substitute 1-to-1 ratio. So if you're doing like muffins or crepes or Yorkshire puddings or cake, anything that would usually call for all-purpose flour, the gluten-free flour is a good substitute for, except for like yeast breads. So if you just use your normal bread recipe and then try to make with gluten-free flour, it doesn't have enough, the gluten activates, and that's what helps it levitate. Levitate? I don't think that's the right word. That's what helps it rise. So maybe it is levitate. Like, normally I would let these cook more on each side, but I don't want to make you wait forever. Then I'm gonna grab a plate and we'll see how they look. And sometimes, even if things don't look that awesome, they still taste delicious. So I'm gonna preface with that. Ta-da! Cranberry pancake. See, now I raised my heat. Woo, they kind of got soft in there, actually. Raspberry pancake. And blackberry pancakes. Ta-da!
Yum.
All right. That's it. Recipe number 1 finished. You ready to do the rest of your stroganoff?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. So let's check out. I'm unmuted, right? Yeah. Okay, good. All right. So let's check it out. I let it sit. Just let it sit there for 2 minutes, right? Or 10 minutes almost. My timer hasn't gone off yet, so it's not quite 2 minutes. I have some liquid in the bottom, so that probably needs to sit another 2 minutes. So, but here's the deal, is that we're just gonna kind of go with the flow here, but you can see all my noodles are good. Probably because they only probably need 8 or 10 minutes to cook. I don't know. But they're gonna cook a little longer anyway. So what we're gonna do next is I'm gonna grab the sour cream powder. Check it out and see how it's, oh, see, it's nice and thick. Did you guys see that? Well, the white you can't really see, but okay, so it's really nice and thick. And I have liquid. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can see the liquid in the bottom of this, which is gonna be perfect. It's gonna work out perfect. So we're just gonna pour our sour cream powder in here. And that is gonna create all of our yummy creaminess. Because beef stroganoff is creamy and has all the fun flavors and all the things. Give it a quick stir.
Smells amazing.
Thank you, live studio audience. Oh, wait, there's my timer. All right, so we're gonna give this a good stir. And then we're gonna let it sit a little bit longer. And I'll show you my second dish. We're doing chicken. What are we doing? What's it called, Jody? Chicken something or other. Chicken roll-ups or whatever we called
It
it.
was gonna be Mexican tortillas. Wait, what did we call it? We had a good name.
Yes, we had a good name. All right, so we're gonna let that sit another couple of minutes on low. So we're good there. And I've got my
Roll-ups.
yes, roll-ups, yes.
Mexican roll-ups.
yes, chicken Mexican roll-ups. Okay, so this is boiling. You guys can see that, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I am going to, again, I like to throw my meat in first, give it a little extra time in the boiling water. Okay, so that was chicken that I just threw in there. And I need a different spoon. Yep. And so that's gonna start. Oh, and I forgot to show you. Check this out. Can you see the grill marks on that chicken? Here, let me get a little closer. Those are grill marks on the chicken. See the one piece? These are our grilled chicken dices. They are amazing. They literally just take a chicken breast, throw it on the grill, and then chop it up and freeze dry it. It is amazing and it is so good. So we're gonna turn this down a little bit because I don't need it boiling that much. So we've got that going on. We are going to do, I'm gonna do the rice next. And all the fun seasonings. All right, I should have brought my ingredients over here. Sorry about that. All right, so in here, I've got chili powder, cumin, salt, pepper, and garlic powder, all my seasonings. So I'm gonna throw that in here too, because I want that chicken to get a nice layer of seasoning, right? So it's all about layering, right? And so as this is reconstituting and coming back to the real chicken, because it is real chicken, now it's, you're getting some flavor in that chicken. So now we're going to add in some instant rice, which is on sale, and the chicken's on sale too. Instant brown rice. These are our refried beans. These are phenomenal. One of my favorite things that we have. Also on sale. We need onions because this is Mexican, right? So I have the onion slices, which are on sale. We've got some freeze-dried corn, which is on sale. And we have freeze-dried cheddar cheese, which is on sale. And we're just going to give this a quick stir. And we want this to thicken a little bit, okay? So we're going to let this sit as well. So, but I mean, could you do that? Could you just measure and dump?
Yes, I could do that.
Yes, we could all do that, right? Can you hear my studio audience? They're excited about me cooking and them not really cooking. This is kind of fun having a studio audience. I might do it again. Okay, so can I tilt it that way so you can kind of see what it looks like, but we're going to let it sit here because it needs some time to actually soak in all those flavors and thicken, okay? But that's as easy as that was. We're gonna turn this one on low and put a lid on it, and then we're gonna let both of them sit for a minute. So I'm gonna turn it back over to Jody if you're ready for your next one.
I'm just grabbing a pan. 1 second.
Okay, no worries. I'm grabbing a lid. Because again, this is live TV, people. I don't remember everything.
Well,
It's-
you were faster than I thought. Usually I take time in between to get my next thing ready. Okay.
Right, but this one is, okay, let me tell you one more thing about this one though, because
Okay.
this is a
for
great meal in a jar. Right? So this is a great meal in a jar. You could actually put these ingredients in a jar, have it on your shelf. So all you have to do is boil the water and dump it in. So that's how this makes a great meal in a jar. We're going to finish that off in a minute. So back to you.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
Speaking of meal in a jars, this next one is a dessert in a jar. So if you ever have to get asked last minute to bring a treat to something, or it's Sunday dinner and your kids are like, what was for dessert? And you're like, I didn't think about dessert. It was enough to get dinner on the table. Well, you can just pull out one of your ready-made meals and have dessert in like very short amount of time. So I'm going to show you this one. So this is called a crumble in a jar. And you can mix and match with whatever fruit you want. That's the beauty of Thrive. So you don't have to worry about what you happen to have. Like right now, I had moldy bananas that I threw away, and all my apples are gone. I have no fresh fruit because I haven't gone to the grocery store yet for the week. So in your jar, you have a separate baggie with your crumble topping. I like crumble, so this recipe uses a lot of crumble. You could mix and match or do more fruit or whatever, but I had to fit it in a jar. So I got about an equivalent fruit to crumble ratio. Now, my little sister does not like cooked fruit. So one time for her birthday, she just asked for a crumble, like a no fruit crumble. She just likes the crumbly topping. So we made her a whole pan of just crumble. That's not exactly what we did, but it's pretty close. So I'm going to dump my fruit. So the fruits I'm using are Granny Smith apples, which are on sale if you're counting, mangoes, which are on sale. And then also in that jar was a tablespoon of brown sugar, a little bit of salt, a little bit of cinnamon powder, some gluten-free flour. So it actually makes it like a coating for the fruit, and then some baking soda. Of course, I forgot my water. I'm just gonna add a little bit of water. Luckily, my sink is right here. See, it looks like it was part of the show, right? So 6 tablespoons of water. 4.5. And I'm gonna stir it up. Kind of just let everything get moistened in there. Mine smells good. I don't have an audience to say, ooh, but it smells good. So I've made this one with apples and blueberries. If you have fresh asparagus, you could do like a strawberry or rhubarb, I mean, not asparagus. Don't make it with asparagus, please. Rhubarb, strawberry rhubarb would be yummy. Any fruit would be pretty much awesome for this. Peaches, a peach crisp, yum. Okay, so that's basically enough water just to soften the fruit. So then I let it set for a second, and then I work on the crumble. So the crumble is oats, brown sugar, cinnamon, spicy yumminess. So I'm just gonna make a crumbly topping mixed with a 1/4 cup of butter. I never said this was a diet recipe. This is our dessert. So here's the problem is I had breakfast and dessert and Krista has dinner. So we didn't plan that very well, especially because she's got guests. So they don't even get to eat the dessert. They're going to be sad. But that's okay because my kids wanted something yummy tonight.
Oh, I got them taken care of. We're good.
Okay. She's got
We're
her
good.
own dessert. It's all
Yeah.
good.
We're good. And it's dinner time here and it's dessert time there.
That
So
makes sense. It does make a lot of sense. And I'm actually excited to eat those pancakes. I can okay. So I got that stirred up. Have very good. Usually I would stick this in the fridge or the freezer to let it get a little bit hardened before I sprinkle it on. And so this recipe is for a jar, so you have to fit, it can only have 4 cups of items in it. So I really don't, it doesn't make a very big batch. So my kids might be sorely disappointed at how little of a crumble there is for them. So I would probably double this and put it in a 9x9 pan if I was making it for a group. But all of my water is absorbed and it's just like that creamy, gooey coating like you would have, almost like a pie filling. And that was because of all the sugar and flour and stuff that we mixed in the jar at first. So this is just a small bread pan and I did grease it first. And I just spread a layer of fruit in the bottom. When my husband heard that it was mango apple, he got pretty excited. So it's a nice little layer of fruit. And then we're gonna toss. I'm just gonna kind of spread it. You could do it, like I said, in the freezer and then like do it with your hands like this, but this is actually working just fine. And then this cooks at 350, I believe. So I'm not gonna probably be able to show you the final result, but I'll take a picture and I'll send it when we send out the replay, which I will try to get out as soon as possible. Because all this is on sale. You don't want to miss it. Stuff's already starting to sell out. I know Parmesan cheese sold out pretty fast. I don't know what else yet. I haven't checked lately. So now I have a crumble layer. The whole thing is full of crumble. That's what makes it so good, I promise. And that's just gonna soak down into that fruit, finish hydrating everything, and be delicious. So there's my dessert. So if you're counting, remember, we had mango on sale, Granny Smith apples on sale, and then also the gluten-free flour on sale. Okay, Krista, I'm gonna pop this in the oven. You wanna finish off? You're muted.
I am muted. Sorry.
That's okay.
Oh, sorry. I am not perfect.
If we had to be perfect, we would never do these shows.
This is probably very true. Okay, so I'm gonna bring this over to show you. So that we can finish this off and, all right, you guys can see that, right? Okay, how does that look? Nice, creamy.
Ooh, yum.
Oh, wow, I'm getting accolades here. At least I can share the smell with someone, right? All right, so how we're gonna finish this off is we are going to do a little, actually, I would probably let it cook a little bit longer because I like my sauce to thicken up a little bit more. But again, live TV, right? So we're gonna do that. And then
We don't want to make you guys wait all night while everything cooks and
right,
sets.
exactly. And we're gonna top it off with some freeze-dried chives, a product we used to sell, totally not on sale.
We're gonna get them back someday. I have faith.
Right? And there we go for the right. So I need to make,
Stroganoff always seems like one of those things that's really like a pain to make from scratch.
right? Yeah, exactly. It is. I'm gonna put this back on the stove and put the lid on it 2 more seconds for my peeps. And show you what we've got going on with the rest of this. All right. All right. So here's the second one. I should probably turn that off a bit. All right. So here's the second one. So this, I would leave it on the stove and have it thicken up a little bit more too. But here's what we're going to do. Let's see. I'm trying to think right now. I could add some sour cream powder to this because see, this is another thing we do, right? We just, improvise. I want it a little bit more thicker, and this is going to put a little bit of thickness into it.
And creaminess.
How and sour cream goes on everything Mexican, right? Yeah, so we're going to let that thicken up. Again, if I didn't have an audience going on right now, I would probably let it sit on the stove and cook a little bit longer and thicken up. But we've got our tortillas. I can't really see. There we go. And I've got my toppings. So I've got lettuce, tomatoes, and sour cream. So literally this is where you get to be creative. This is the insides, right? This is the inside of the tortilla. We're going to make some roll-ups, and then you can do them as tacos. You can do them as burritos. These are the little street taco sizes. I've got flour tortillas and corn tortillas, and you literally do it however you want it. Add what you want, dip what you want, but all of your insides are in here, which is awesome. It's amazing. So, so I'm excited for this, but I'm going to let it sit on the stove for a minute before we actually dip it in tortillas, and then I'll take a picture later. Any questions on that? Oh, it smells so good. It smells so good.
And no, now my crumble is cooking and I'm like, oh, I just want to eat it now.
Right? It's amazing. So how hard was that though? It was just so easy to just kind of throw it in, and, and this is always good to cook live this way, right? It went I probably added too much water or something. Like maybe I should revise the recipe, but as it's sitting here, it's actually getting thicker and thicker. So this is amazing. It's great to do live TV like this way, because it gives you guys ideas on how to continue cooking with Thrive, and gives you ideas on really easy meals, and with what's on sale and all that good stuff. So I'm going to turn it back over to you while I finish this off and let it sit for a minute. And then do you have anything else, or are we good?
Well, I will do the contest for the ingredients, and then were you going to talk about just best ways to shop, or do you want?
Yes, absolutely. Because I want to get this. Why don't you do that first?
Okay. Kat says, I think the live version shows people you can make mistakes and still make it good. It's always recoverable. Thanks, Kat. And I had a question, which apple did I use? So I used Granny Smith because they are on sale. I have also made this before with our cinnamon apples, which were a limited time product, but so good. But they're just a Fuji apple with a little bit of cinnamon. But in pies and things like that, I usually actually like Granny Smith better because it's a little bit tart, and then you add the sweet, and it's and plus our Granny Smiths don't have peels on them, and the Fuji's do. So I just like it better that way. They're just a yummy plain apple. They're so good. Okay, so here is the question, and we're gonna give away, how about $25 in Thrive credit that you can use towards the sale?
I know what's on sale. I know what's on sale.
You know the answer though, Krista. Okay. $25 in Thrive credit, which will go into your account for whoever guesses the right answer first. Kat, why are you cheating already? Everyone put your guesses in. We might have to do 2 winners because there's a real answer, and then we also talked about this, but we didn't cook with it. Okay. Some people, okay, Charmin, we're guessing how many sale items we used in our demo today. Okay. Any more guesses? Any more guesses? I'm not going to say what's right or wrong yet till everyone's had a chance to guess. Oh, the biggest number guessed so far is 18. So it's the person who guessed the correct answer first, what we actually used that we cooked with today. Okay. Finish your guesses. Dun, 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 dun. The answer is 17. Right? I did 7 and you did 10, right, Krista?
Yes. And I actually just added one last one. I added green chilies to my insides for the tortillas.
Wait, so did we have 18 or 17?
We'll stick with 17 because I didn't tell you guys what I was going to do, but I just added green chilies to that mix, and that is on sale as well. So keep it at 17, but know that we used 18.
Okay, how about we give 2 prizes? Because some people guessed 18.
Oh, did we have guesses of 18? We can do that. I don't care. You're running the show.
Okay, Sue guessed 18 first, and Kat guessed 17 first. So
Okay.
those are our 2 winners. So reach out to us and claim your prize. See, we'll each give one. There you go. And we also talked about 2 bonus ones, right? Krista, you talked about black beans Let's talk about black beans.
Instant black beans. Yes.
And then also the other meats. Might have talked about 3 different meats or 2 other different meats, the bigger beef slices and the small dices. So
Yep.
technically we talked about 3 other things, and really we could have done a million. I mean, all of this is mix and match. Like that's the beauty. Like I like to try different things based on my family's preferences. And I also like to cook based on what's on sale. So if I'm getting really good deal for things, then I'm going to cook more with that month, just like you do at the grocery store, or what I have more. For some reason, apples were on sale for like 50% off one time, a long time ago. And I think I have 3 cases of apples. I'm like, I think I'm going to use Granny Smith for a while now. And I didn't buy Fuji forever. And so now for some reason I have no Fuji and all Granny Smith. So you cook with what you have, or what's on sale, or what your family likes, and you can mix and match. And I love that. That's the beauty of Thrive. So it looks like Krista's done plating. Are you going to finish showing that, or do you want me to keep talking about the sale?
I'm practically done. I could talk about that for sure.
So it did start today. That's why I wanted to do it today. It started this morning.
Yep.
But it goes till next Monday.
Yep, and absolutely. That's why we wanted to move our cooking demo. Our cooking demo is usually the second Tuesday of every month, right? So if you would like to join us again, look for those emails and stuff to join in, and you have to register every single time. But we moved it around a little bit this month because we wanted to showcase everything we possibly could having to do with the sale.
We're only 18 items.
Right.
We hooked you up on the sale.
Right. There's probably less that we didn't talk about
than we did.
Right. I don't know. But anyway, it was awesome to actually put a lot of those things in there. So that was really fun. So how you get stuff, right? There's a few different ways to buy Thrive, right? First way is you can go ahead to the website and buy whole or retail if you so choose to. However, there are better ways to buy Thrive, and that's the best way is to be on the delivery, right? Because that's the monthly delivery that comes to your house every month. It's grocery shopping by mail, right? And you get free shipping on anything over $99. And that's where you get the deep discounts every month as well. So like I tell my clients, I tell them, hey, buy what's on sale. Don't spend a regular price. I didn't do that. I don't want to do that. Buy what's on sale. That's where you get the deepest discounts, right? And when you're getting that free shipping, that's even better. Now the delivery is thoroughly changeable for you. Everything is customizable for you and what your situation is, right? So you can customize what comes, when it comes, how it comes, all of the things. You can change literally everything. And even you can actually go ahead and start it today or tomorrow, and then you can cancel it tomorrow if you want. And then you can start it up on the next sale or whatever. It is that flexible, and you're able to do that. We want you to be able to do that. We want that flexibility for you guys to be able to get the best bang for your buck, right? Because that's what it's all about. Other way is obviously if you're a consultant, that's the cheapest way to buy Thrive, right? So we have those options as well. So we want you to go back to the person who actually invited you to this cooking show and ask them any questions you may have. If you want to copy the flyer, you're going to get that. It's 3 pages long, right? There's lots of 3 pages, right? So there's a few things, right? And so we've got some really good deals. Like we didn't even talk about the meal pack. So if you like ready to eat meals,
that's what I just ordered today.
In your storage, it is literally boil water, dump it in, and you have dinner, right? And some of them are just let it sit on the counter for 5 minutes after you add the 2 and you've got dinner, right? The chicken Alfredo is probably my most favorite, that one, and the chicken teriyaki. The chicken Alfredo is actually on sale. The teriyaki is not on sale, but
it's in the pack. The favorite meals pack has all of the favorite ones in it, and that's on sale 25% off. The chef packs are also on sale. They're really good if you are new to Thrive and you don't really know how to cook things. If you get the chef's pack, it has 9 ingredients and 5 or 6 recipes, and you can make all of them, practice cooking with it, see what you like before you order big cans of stuff.
That's awesome. And I think that's it. Did I miss anything? What else did I miss?
So just whoever invited you, make sure you use their link so they get credit for being your referral, because No one wants to give all their money to corporate, give it to your friends. So, and if you want to share the sale as a customer, you have your own special link too. So you can share the sale if you're like, oh my gosh, I just learned how to make stroganoff in 10 minutes. Like, you got to buy this stuff. Like, tell your friends. I always say, I tell my family when Diet Coke's on sale at the certain grocery store, and we all go and run to the grocery store and buy it. So it's the same thing here, except I actually don't get paid from Diet Coke when I tell my family that it's on sale, but Thrive will give you free food if you tell your friends that it's on sale. So get with whoever invited you. They can help you know what your customer referral link is, and then they can give you that shopping link. And so then you click through there, load up your cart. The easiest way to load it up is when you go to a product, it'll say like retail and a button, and then monthly delivery and a button. And right now the prices are going to look the same because it's a sale. It's the sale whether you order retail or whether you order delivery, but you're going to pay shipping if you order retail. So click on the button that says monthly delivery, not retail. It's the second button, and that's going to load up a delivery cart. And then when you go to check out, you've got your delivery cart filled up, and that'll help you set up that delivery. Otherwise, it loads it in the retail cart. Then if you change your mind later, it's harder to switch it. And it's just easy. Plus, you're going to want to start buying it every month anyways. Just throw it into your grocery budget. You can save money by eating Thrive. I eat out so much less because I can make dinner in 10 minutes at home, which is cheaper and easier than going to Taco Bell. I mean, my kids think it's $20 each at Taco Bell now. How is that possible? Like, it used to be 69 cents for a taco. Now it's 20 bucks for one person. Roxana, you can make multiple deliveries in a month. You just will have to change the date. So when you first set up your delivery, it'll automatically, like if you do it today, then your next one will be scheduled for May 23rd. So you'll have to load up your May delivery, and then you can click ship now. Or you can say, oh, just change the delivery date for that one to the 24th, and then it'll come on April 24th. So sometimes that happens. Like, I'll do my delivery early in the month, and then they do a last minute sale. I'm like, ah, crap, I gotta order again. So definitely, it's fine.
Yep. It's happened to all of us.
Julia, your husband sent the email to you. Ask him who he got it from, or just reply to that email. We'll figure it out. I actually, usually we can figure it out, but definitely don't just Google it or go to corporate, because people, we work hard, and our team members that invite you work hard, and we want to give them the benefits of that. And plus, then they can take care of you, right? Like, don't you want someone who you can ask, like, how did you cook with that again? Like, it's awesome having a consultant. We're here to help, and we love sharing our love of Thrive and cooking and food storage and preparedness. Sue, you already did your monthly order. So your $25 you can use next month or order again. It was on his email. Okay. You might be able to see it where it was forwarded from in there, or forwarded on to me. Gail asked if the instant milk is whole milk. It's actually skim milk. There's no fat in our non-fat powdered milk. So if you want it thicker like whole milk, you can do more powder, but it doesn't have the fat of whole milk. Whole milk won't give you a long shelf life. Okay, anything else? You can always email or text us with questions too, guys. Happy shopping. I would say if you're planning to take advantage of the sale, hop on and do it tonight, because stuff is going to start to sell out. There's pretty big demand going on right now. All right. If there are no more questions, have a wonderful evening. Enjoy cooking, or enjoy eating with your guests. Yay. Oh, that thickened up good.
Yes. Perfect. So now
it just has to sit for a minute, because those refried beans kind of take a second to thicken everything up there. Cool.
We're going to go eat.
Enjoy. Have a good night, guys.
Unless anybody has any questions or anything else.
Nope. Then if you think of something later, just shoot us an email.
Yep. Absolutely.
Night.
See you guys later.